Hello, and welcome to Kalika Answers Questions number 3. I'm going to jump right in here. I've got everything written down, so there we go. Smith Jason asks, fantasy or science fiction? I would definitely go with fantasy. I like science fiction, Star Wars, Star Trek, always good. But fantasy is really what spoke to me. Vampires and magic, it's all really, really cool. I mean, who doesn't love dragons? And it's something that I feel like I could get, I could be there. Science fiction, I don't feel quite as much like that. Mostly, when I got into comic books, it was Witchblade, which I believe is more of a fantasy thing. So definitely fantasy for me. He also asks, how many tattoos do you have, and in what order did you get them, and any plans to get more? I have 5 tattoos. I'm sure you've seen them all at some point in my photos. But I actually, I've got my 5 tattoos in this order. The one on my hip, I got when I was 18. Got this one when I was 21. I've got the one on my back when I was 22, 23 maybe. And the one on my boob when I was 23, I think. And the one over here I got when I was 24, maybe 25. And I definitely have plans to get more. If you want to know what they are, you should probably ask another question, because that's going to take a little bit longer to explain. Yeah, but I definitely have plans to get more, and if you want to know what those are, go ahead and ask that question too. Eros Elric asked, what are your must-see movies for 2014? I had to look this up, because I really hadn't paid attention. So I did write it down, what I wanted to see. Lego, the Lego movie. I definitely want to see that. Everybody says it's really good, and I can't wait. I just haven't been to the movies because I don't have any money. Peabody and Sherman. I actually love Peabody and Sherman. I used to watch Rocky and Bullwinkle just to watch Peabody and Sherman. So I didn't have Doctor Who. So I love Peabody and Sherman. I can't wait to see that. Veronica Mars. I actually just got into the show, and I cannot wait for the movie. I can't wait to see what happens. I haven't even finished the 3rd season of the show, and I'm no, must-see movie! So I have to wait for that, but I'm looking forward to it. The Muppets Most Wanted movie. I have loved the Muppets for years. I used to watch the Muppets when I was younger, probably 6. My mom would put it on, and I fell in love with Kermit like everybody does, but mostly I'm a Gonzo fan. Maleficent, because hello, I'm sure some of you have seen my burlesque Maleficent costume I did with a group of friends of mine, and I love Maleficent. She's probably my favorite bad guy. I'm not sure why. I like the fact that she's an evil fairy. I think that's really cool. So maybe that's why. Yeah. Captain America 2, X-Men Days of Future Past, Spider-Man 2, and Expendables 3. Those are all the movies I'm really looking forward to seeing. Of course, a lot of them are sequels and comic book movies, which is kind of obvious. But Expendables 3, I'm sure, is a little bit surprising, but I absolutely love Expendables. I actually made a gun necklace, and if I can dig that out, I'll show it to you next time. Well, the gun necklace is also inspired by Deadpool, so it's kind of an all-around love of guns. Okay, Smith Jason asks, what element, such as acting, story, special effects, music, etc., do you appreciate the most with movies, or in movies? I can't read my own handwriting. Generally, it is acting, costumes, and music for me. I do appreciate some really good acting, though I will watch some bad acting and totally appreciate it otherwise. I do love costumes, because obviously I love costumes. So I'll really enjoy some good costuming, like in Anne Boleyn. The costumes were amazing. And I just finished the Borgias. I loved it. Not only was Cesare Borgia a gorgeous, gorgeous man who needs to never have clothing on, but when he did have clothing on, the clothing was really beautiful, and Lucrezia's dresses were amazing. I just love the Borgias. I'm still into it right now. And the music, of course. The music is really what makes me feel in something. It makes me really feel what's going on, feel what the characters are feeling. I think the music is probably, to me, some of the most important pieces involved. Set dressing and stuff like that is cool and definitely awesome and helpful, but isn't as important to me as the other 3. Okay, have you ever played strip poker or any other strip games? If yes, how naked did you get? And if no, would you ever play it? I have indeed played strip things. I played strip spoons. I don't know if you've ever played spoons. It's where you put the spoons in the middle and you... I can't really explain it. But the spoons game involves also writing generally on yourself. Like, and once you reach the whole word spoons, you lose and you can't play anymore. You're out of the game. But instead of writing on ourselves, we were just taking off clothes. So basically, if you were naked, you were out of the game. And I did not do well. I lost a lot. I lost a very lot. I was in high school, and we were at a New Year's Eve party with a theme of Las Vegas. So yeah, I took off my almost entirely my Las Vegas gear. I think I had underwear left. So yeah, I would play them, though I'm not a fan of poker. Not a big fan of poker, so I probably wouldn't play strip poker, because not only would I be almost guaranteed to lose, I just wouldn't have as much fun. Joe Pearson asks, what was the first fictional world you went rabid for? The longest fandom membership, and why have you held on to that world for so long? I had to think about that one. But going back, I'd have to say that the first fictional world that I got into was Sailor Moon. Before that, I liked like Tomb Raider and stuff, but to me those aren't necessarily much of a fictional world, so much as just kind of this world, but fictional stories about it. I think Sailor Moon was definitely the first world I got into. It's very very much like real life, but also like an extra additive to it. I don't know, there's something about real life that really impresses me, and maybe that's the thing about fantasy, is it's generally life, but with dragons. And Sailor Moon is life, but with this transformation, and she becomes a badass woman. But they also have to deal with, like, school shit, and they're trying to, like, get back to the moon, or whatever. I don't really remember. Honestly, I haven't watched it in a long time, and I've been trying to get through it again, but it's been so long that I don't remember. But yeah. It was always fun, so that's why I stuck with it, and I still love it. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to get back into the original series because I hadn't watched it with subtitles. I'd only watched the American version, so I'm looking forward to getting more into it and probably becoming hopelessly obsessed, and yeah. And he also asks, the strangest place you've ever had an unintended orgasm and the first female sexual fantasy. I don't know what an unintended orgasm is. Honestly, if I'm getting an orgasm, it's because I or somebody else is trying. So, I'm not sure what an unintended orgasm is, but I'm assuming, like, the unintended place you didn't mean to masturbate or have sex or something. Yep. Not a whole lot of places, honestly. Mostly because if I am going to have sex, I usually, like I've said before, try to be comfortable. So I haven't had sex in a lot of very interesting places. My friends, they were the people that were doing it in the interesting places. And masturbation, I've masturbated in a couple of interesting places, but I don't know. I've got this weird thing, like if I'm masturbating, part of it is that I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying me and what I'm doing and how I do it. So I also like to hear myself, and I also like to, like, you know, take that a little further. So if I can't hear myself, then it's not quite as fun. So I generally don't masturbate in places that are, like, public or awkward because there are people around or anything like that. Typically in the shower, in my bedroom, whatever. Because for me, it's about the enjoyment of myself more than just a release. So yeah, I don't really do it in a whole lot of weird places. The first female sexual fantasy, though, it was probably when I was younger, and I did try to think about this, and I'm still not able to, like, pick up enough information. I'm not accessing it correctly, I think. But when I was younger, I had a really good friend. I think I've mentioned her before. She was my first kiss, and I didn't really fantasize about things with her. I just really wanted to touch her and kiss her. So I think that maybe that's probably yeah. The first female sexual fantasy, probably just about kissing her and about touching her a whole lot, because I found her to be super sexy, and it was like in high school, and you know, how seriously do you take that? Though that is when I realized I was bi, and I told my dad, and he was super confused. But yeah, that's probably my first, just kissing. My sexual fantasies with women are kind of off and on. So, also asks, which GG girls have you fantasized about? Geek Goddess girls. Actually, that an extension of that. I do really like the Geek Goddess girls, and when I am in a point in my life where I'm really into chicks, which I am often. I'm just not right now, and I'm more into guys right now. But if I have, it was most likely, and I did think about that, Jess. I thought about her because she's hot, and Cass because she is super flexible, and Megan, who I've actually known for a while. She's the brand new goddess, and she doesn't have a set yet live or anything, but I've known her for a while, and I have thought about her, considered it. I'll be honest, I have enjoyed the sets, but the girls specifically, I haven't done a whole lot of enjoying myself too. Mostly because, like I said, I'm just not into girls as much right now. I still find them super hot. I'll still get turned on by them, but mentally, I'm more into guys. So I'm just been doing that lately. Do you have an item or fetish you keep on you for luck or to feel like you? Nice use of the word fetish, by the way. I really I like that. The cat's going crazy over here. The bell, actually. The bell on my neck is it was my great-great-grandmother's, just my great-grandmother's on my adopted father's side, so not even a blood relative. She was a really cool lady, and this is a really cool piece. I love it. I don't wear it like non-stop. I do take it off, especially for like shoots and stuff, or costumes, just things like that. But it's important to me, but I wouldn't say that it makes me feel like me. There have been times when I'm not wearing it made me feel a little bit naked, but I don't feel that way anymore. I don't know, it took me a long time to get comfortable in my own skin, but when I did, I stuck to it. I was like, no, this is me. Like, I don't need anything else to make me me. So that's kind of my own little random cat is playing with my earmuffs. Yeah. Okay, and Smith Jason asks, what do you feel about body hair? Is it attractive, gross, neither? Generally, I love body hair. Not like love it, but I do really enjoy body hair. It doesn't necessarily turn me on or anything, but I do find it attractive, especially on men. I do know several women who leave their underarm hair and their downstairs hair and all that. And I don't find them any less attractive because of it. I kind of like that they're very natural. It's a very 70s thing, I suppose. But I'm so glad that it's coming back because I feel that everybody should be able to wear their body hair the way that they find comfortable. It shouldn't be defined by society or by other people. So I'm totally cool with body hair. It does definitely have to be kept clean because that's definitely an issue sometimes. And I think it's different for different people, definitely. Like, girls, obviously, I mean, it's not as big of an image issue. So for, like, their underarms or their crotch, they can keep it furry, and it's just, it's usually hidden by clothing or whatever, so it's not, I mean, whatever. And as long as they're comfortable and happy with it, I mean, it's fine by me. But I did actually remember to look up a couple of less furry men who I thought were more attractive without the fur. That'd be Justin Hartley, the guy who played Oliver Queen on Smallville, and Jared Padalecki from Supernatural. I think they're both really, really hot, and they look better without the fur, just because they don't grow it that way. Some guys do, and then they get rid of it, and some guys, wish they had it or something, but I think they look best without it. And then I thought of Aidan Turner from the UK version of Being Human. He was also in Tudors and in The Hobbit. And Hugh Jackman and John Hamm, all super hot men who are very hirsute. Your soup means hairy. They have plenty of chest hair, and then there's the trail. The trail's pretty hot. It definitely works for them. I definitely like both. To be honest, I like not furry and I like furry. Probably the most acceptable amount of body hair, the most amount of body hair I find acceptable. Basically, I'm not into back hair. A lot of that's because I really like backs, but I like backs on women, and backs on women are generally not hairy. So, yeah, I'm not into back hair very much, but the rest of it's fine. I mean, yeah, as long as you're comfortable and happy. Yeah. Okay, I think that is the last of it. I think that's more than 10, and that's more than 15 minutes again. Yeah, catch me next time, and remember to ask me those extra questions. Later!